set up because they have to be set up after I go live for some ridiculous reason. Hey, everybody. How's it going? I just wanted to I wanted to come on and do a live stream for starters. Secondly, to update, well, firstly to update y'all. I'm all in one piece. Um Yesterday, as some may remember, I did a live stream on cooking with cannabis, and I had a bulletproof, and it was a double strength bulletproof hot chocolate, and I medicated, and I did a little bit of dancing and a little bit of swaying in my seat. And the reason I did this was because I'm sure there's going to be people who are going to go, oh, pff, right? She's dancing, and no. There's a reason I do that. It's to avoid a complete seizure lockdown, right? I had to medicate as fast as possible after the accident and move my muscles so that I would not lock down and lock up in a big seize, right? So I'm feeling pretty good right now. Yes, I am in pain, but it's pretty much just the beginnings of a fibro flare, nothing else. I'm really lucky. So is Briar. Briar was shook up. It was the first time he's ever been in an accident, and he was shook up, and his neck was a little stiff. But he went home. He took a couple of Robaxacet, and he called in sick today to make sure. And I just talked to him, and he said he's doing much better, and there's no residual extra pain right now. So, hi. Oh, and before we go any farther, please, folks, I love you so very much. Do not tip me here. People were so generous earlier this week when Howie was laid off, and they tipped me somewhere in the nature of $750 Canadian. Out of that, I got less than 500. So please, folks, don't do it. YouTube, because I know I looked at the day's pay, and I make, what little I'm making right now added to that should have, I should have had at least, $600 or something. They took a huge chunk. So I appreciate you, and I love you, and thank you for all the wonderful gifts. But doing it through here, you're only paying YouTube. You're not paying me. Well, you're paying me, but YouTube takes a chunk like you wouldn't believe, like 20%. They're worse than credit cards. Okay? Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, they take a huge chunk, Joe Mama. I had no idea. The only reason I knew is because I saw the total in Canadian at the top on my phone. And when I went to look, it was like, what? There should be another $150 there after their take, but no, it's gone up. So, but I want to say thank you very much for the help, and for the people who sent gifts in PayPal. Thank you very much, because that doesn't cost nothing, right? It doesn't cost anything. So, all right. I'm pretty sure the bad luck streak is done. Done. Let me say hi to everybody. I just wanted to get those things out of the way because I was so upset. Not because I didn't get the money, but because YouTube took such a huge chunk, and I was pissed on your behalf because you gave that money in good faith, and then YouTube just gobbled 30% of it. It just mortified me. All right, let me pop out chat. Oh, no, I'm not going to pop out yet. I'm going to do participants. Ahmad, Aldo, Angie Mack, Annette P, Autumn Gypsy, your Gift your prizes on its way. Bella's Patio Garden, Big Dog. I have a license plate that says Arizona Big Dog. Carol McKinney, Cindy Trout, Deborah C., Donna Lull, Elizabeth Kegley, Elizabeth Workman. Why does that name sound familiar? Furby, Granny Frammy, Helen Nelms, Java Mama, Jean Phillips, Joanne Anderson. Hi, darling. I haven't seen you in a bit. Joe Mama, Julie H., Julie Ott, Camille, Kay the Country Wife's Kitchen, Lily Carter, Lisa Davis, Lisa Martin, Laurel Travis, Lucy Castillo, Mama's Reborn Pumpkin Patch, been a bit. Hi, how are ya? Martina Walsh, Megan Clark, Mindy Van Houten, Minnesota Country Girl, Sarah, Paula in Canada, Penny D, Sandy Candy, Sonia Mathis, Sue Marie, Terry Welsh, Terry White, Tigger Bouncin', I am not going to bounce today, Utter Chaos, Hobby Farm, Vicky Lemire, and Warren Peace. Hi. Yeah, I know that me doing that annoys so many people when they watch the replay. But you know what? It's all good, right? It's all good. So here was the streak of 3. Hey, Evan Leanne. Monique Yap. Excuse me for blowing my nose on camera, but it may happen a lot. So, can you please advise how you process your eggshells for the garden? Absolutely. One of my moderators will keep that question aside for me so that I will remember it after I finish my update. Okay. Furby, you on that to remind me of that question, or Jean? Hi, Wesley. Faisy and Candy. Okay, so, and Terry, could you let everybody know what I said about not tipping me through here as more people come in? Because that was just wrong on so many levels. The amount of money that YouTube took out of those donations is criminal. Almost 30%. Anyway, so we know how he got laid off on Monday. You know that, okay, here I'm now. I don't even know if I told you guys what happened except for in the live stream yesterday. Briar and I went to Bulk Barn. It's in that mall complex. And then we drove all the way across the mall complex, turned left, went to the lights because there's a road that goes all around the mall complex that takes you to different stores, right? So we get to the end of the thing, we turn left, we go to the lights, we go through the lights to Tim Hortons, and thank you, Doris, to Tim Hortons, and then I went and got a tank of gas, put $75 in the truck. And then we had to go, but because you can't exit that way from Petro-Canada, I had to go back to the lights, and there was no left turn. Wait a minute. I had to go back through the lights because there was no left turn or no U-turn or whatever it was. And then I went through the lights, turning left into that mall road. And then I turned my blinker on and went to turn left into the grocery store so I could do a U-turn and go back out. And when I put my blinker on, I swung a little wide, but my blinker was going left, and I turned. Now, the person behind me said I made a lane change, and I did not. I just went a little bit wide because I saw I was going to miss the opening. So I went a little wide so I could catch it without hitting a curb. And she assumed I was turning right. She wasn't paying attention to my signal. And she tried to pass me in that mall road. There is no lanes to change. You only turn right or you turn left or you go straight. I was turning left. She thought I was turning right. And when I turned left, I didn't see her in my blind spot. She tried to pass me and bang. Now, her car was drivable. The front end of my truck just exploded. Just That's what Briar said. I have no idea what the accident cost. I phoned the police right then and there. Before having a meltdown, I phoned the police and they said, "What's your emergency?" And I said, "I've just been in a car accident." And she said, "Where?" Oh, first thing that she asked me, she said, "Were the airbags deployed?" And I said, "No, it's in a mall area." And she said, "Exchange insurance, call a tow truck." That was it. That was it. And so we had to get the vehicles out of the lane. So I gave her all my information, and then, not thinking to get hers right away, because I'm still like, what do I do? Right? I've never been in a collision with another car before. So yeah, I'm always just in a ditch somewhere. So I pulled ahead, realizing I couldn't steer. So where she pulled ahead and went into a little parking spot right next to where we had the accident, I could barely get into the parking lot, and I couldn't turn into a parking space. I had to go all the way to the other side of the parking lot, maneuvering around. Thank God the parking lot was fairly empty, because I got a row up against a snowbank where there was no cars because I could not steer. Hi. So thank you, Dallas. No more typing, darling. The intersection wasn't mall, it was a street. No, I went through the green light turning left into the mall road. And then I went to turn left again into the first, because I didn't want to turn right and go into the mall where there was more parking. I wanted to turn left into the grocery store because the parking lot was more empty so I could turn around. So she already has said it wasn't her fault. She said I did a lane change, an abrupt lane change without signaling. That was not true. I signaled left. Briar was with me. She tried to pass me in a single lane, she tried to pass me in a single lane parking lot road. I had signaled. Not my fault. I felt horrible because your first feeling is, I hit her, it's my fault. No, it wasn't. She was trying to pass me. So I got the truck over to the other side of the parking lot, and I phoned Howard and said, I can't go anywhere. And he goes, can you limp it home? I said, Howie, the grill is in the box. Okay? The big thing on the bumper is dragging. The bumper itself is under the wheel, but nothing was rubbing on the tires. Apparently, my Dodge truck has an electric power steering, and it popped a fuse or something, and it allowed me to get to the other side of the parking lot and no further. Oh yeah, I have a dash cam, but it's not in my truck. It's going to go in the race car. So and I tried to order a dash cam not long ago and it didn't work, but a dash cam would have been perfect. So I took pictures of her car, and you saw, well, you haven't seen the picture of her car, but it looks like she was sideswiped. Because what happens was, I was turning and she went straight forward and I hit her at the mirror because I took her mirror off, and you could see the marks. She just kept going because it went right in the side of her car. And she gets out of her car and she's pissed at me. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. What the fuck just happened? Pardon me. What just happened? Kind of thing. And she's angry, and she's French. I don't understand a word she's got to say. Except, she's pissed at me. Do you know why she was pissed at me? Because she tried to pass me and it failed miserably. I was upset. She was angry. And 9 times out of 10, when you have an angry reaction, it's because you're at fault somewhere, right? And she said to Briar, I just bought this vehicle, but it's the same year as my truck. So, and my truck took a lot more damage than her vehicle. Her vehicle was drivable. Mine just, um, she was just being impatient and couldn't wait a few more seconds to let you clear it wasn't even an intersection. It was a mall road. I'd already gone through the green light and turned left onto the mall road. And there's only one way to go, all the way around back to Super C and the SAC, okay, and the movie theaters, which are closed. Turn right to go to Walmart, the dollar store, you know, all those other places, or left into it used to be a Loblaws, it's now a Provigo, left into the grocery store. I put my blinker on to turn left and went a little too far, but I didn't go past it. So I swung a little bit to make sure I was going to get in, but my signal was to turn left. And she saw me do this just a little bit, like a button hook, not even a big button hook turn. And she saw me do that. She didn't pay attention to my signal. That's the thing. When Howie and I, like if Howie goes into a lane where it's an obvious left turn lane or a right turn lane, he doesn't put his signal on because you're in an obvious left turn lane, right? I always signal. Even if I'm in a lane that is designated to be turning, I still signal. It's rote in me. I never don't signal, ever, right? But Briar was with me, right? And he said, yeah, you signaled. You were turning left. She tried to pass you, Mom, right? Well, I don't understand what she said, but I have no idea. Briar's French is just workable for working in a convenience store, right? But if he hadn't been with me, it could have been a whole lot worse, right? Because first I phoned the police, then I phoned Howard, right? And then I phoned the insurance company. And the insurance, I told them I called the police and they told me no airbags, no police are needed, exchange insurance. If you can't drive the vehicle, get a tow truck. They offered me, a rental car. And I said, no, I don't need a rental car. Don't go anywhere. As a matter of fact, folks, my new tail light didn't even have any dirt on it yet. It's the first time I took the truck out, right? Yes, we're okay. So Howie tried to drive the truck home and got about 2 kilometers and had to pull over and call a tow truck because apparently there was no power steering fluid or anything. It was just, it's an electrical thing. And we waited for the tow truck. And while Howie was like trying to see what the reason was why I couldn't steer, right? Because there was nothing blocking the tires or anything, right? Briar said, well, we didn't go to the grocery store, so how long are we going to be here? And I said, about an hour. And he goes, okay, I'm going to go up to Walmart and do my groceries. And I said, okay. So he walked up to Walmart and did his groceries and came back, put him in Dad's car, and then we came home. We dropped Briar off. And he said, you know what? He was like, yeah, I'm going to go do groceries. But he was shook up. He was really shook up. He's never been in an accident before, right? And he has anxiety issues, right? So the best thing for him was to go and buy his groceries. So we got the truck picked up by a tow truck, worked it out that it was being towed to Howie's work because he doesn't want it anywhere else but where he knows it's going to get done right. And where did we go? We took Briar, and when Briar was unloading the car, the insurance company phoned. No, he went into IGA to get us some fried chicken. That's what it was. We had stopped at the Chelsea to get fried chicken, the Chelsea IGA. And the insurance company called while he was in the grocery store getting us fried chicken. It was his treat, my birthday gift. And that's when she said, "Okay, I've got a couple of questions." And I said, "Sure." She said, "The car's already at the it's already it's the tow truck had already got it to Howie's shop where he worked, where he's laid off from right now. Right now, apparently, their plan, they told him, we're going to keep your coverage and everything running because we want you back. You know, you're going to come back, right?" So that's all. That was really good news. And the insurance company called and she said, "Okay, I got one question." She said, "The other insurance company said that you made a sudden lane change." And I said, "No, I was turning left." I said, "I swung wide a little bit because I was afraid of missing the driveway, but I signaled my intent to turn left." And she tried to pass me. And I hit her. And she said, "Okay." And she had me draw a map in, like I told you. I went, when the light turned green, I advanced, I turned left into the road, and I had three ways I could go: right to go towards Walmart, left to go to the grocery store, or continue on straight through. I said, "It's not a road, it's just a laneway to go all the way around the mall." I said, I signaled to turn left to go into the grocery store parking lot. And when I turned left, I hit her because she was trying to pass me. And she said, "Okay." She said, "Okay, your deductible's waived." When she said that, Howie said, "That means it's not my fault." Right? So we dropped Briar off, went to the mailbox. Howie, we pretty sure when he got out to check the mail, because he was doing things, he was in communication with the shop about what to do with his car and how long he was going to, I don't know what they're talking about, stuff, right? And I guess he hung up, and when he got out to check the mail, he put his phone on the roof of the car. Now, this is not the first time this has happened. The last time it happened, I heard it fall off the car and I said, "Pull over." And there it was, about 20 feet away. There was his phone. Well, he heard it this time go dum 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 on the highway, and he didn't realize, stop. Like, if I had heard it, I would have said, "What was that? Stop." Right? Like I did the first time. But I didn't hear it. I was a little, it was a little bit of shock still, right? And then we got a snowstorm last night. So I had to cancel his phone, cancel his SIM card, suspend his line, and I have a phone, the exact same phone that he lost, only it's my old one, and I've been using it for my Spotify music. So we had to go into Ottawa today and buy a new SIM card and then come home and put it in that phone so that Howie has a phone again. That could have been a very expensive touch if I hadn't kept the old phone, right? So, layoff, car accident, lost phone with a lot of like a lot of his pictures and stuff in that phone. So there was the evil three. We want good news now. It isn't single lane in both directions. It's not, no, but it's not like if you, it's a network, okay? It's just the entrance to the mall complex. So it's an entrance. You turn right to go to Walmart and the dollar store and all that stuff, or left to go in the grocery store, or you follow the road all the way around the back to Bureau Staples, the Star City Theaters, the Super C grocery store, right? I got in there and I was turning left. And she thought I was turning right for some stupid reason. But I wasn't. I was turning left. Maybe she's dyslexic. I have no idea. I have no idea. But she tried to pass me, and that's just a big no-no. All right. Um, yeah, yeah, Renee. It's been a few. Okay. Thank you, Furby. Yeah, it's been a rough few days, and I am heavily medicated. I will admit that. So please, just if I slip or if I say something or just okay. So let's talk about. Okay, somebody wants. Okay, Candy wants to know info on eggshells for the garden. What I do is I just save up my eggshells. Like when I crack an egg, I just put them together in the carton. And when I get a full carton of eggshells, I put them in an old coffee can or a box, and I put them in my pantry to dry out. Okay. And then when I'm getting ready to plant my tomatoes, I spread them all out on a cookie sheet and I toast them at like 300 degrees for about 20 minutes, just to toast them to make sure that there's no raw egg smell for a raccoon, because raccoons will smell that, man. Raccoons love eggs. Okay. And raccoons will smell that and they'll dig up your garden. So you spread them out on a cookie sheet, you toast them until they're nice and crispy. And then you get a good coffee grinder or a bullet or something, and you start grinding them in equal measure with Epsom salts or however many tomato plants you're going to grow. Okay. If you got a lot of eggshell and you want to use it in other places in the garden, but for tomatoes, you do equal parts powdered eggshell, equal parts Epsom salts ground together, and then you put a spoon of that in the hole when you plant your tomatoes. And yes, I'm going to start seed soon. And yes, I'm still going to do my tomatoes the same way I always do them. I start them in a packet thing, then I put them in seed cells, and then I put them in bigger things because I'm always planting them up to the next set of leaves, planting them up to the next set so that by the time they go in the ground, they've had a really good start, right? Hey, Michelle, Speedy Delivery, how's it going? 270 people here? Wow. That's a lot of folks. Thank you. My hand got right here got bruised because I had grabbed the steering wheel this way to turn, and when I hit, it knocked it and my hand was inside the steering wheel and it whacked it, um but like I said, the best thing for me to do was to come home and heavily medicate and do some mild light exercise so that I didn't seize up, and I haven't. I'm beginning into a fibro flare, but that's just as much weather as it is the accident and the stress, right? I also add coffee grounds to my eggshells and Epsom salts. Well, with Howie being home for hopefully no more than 2 months, he's going to be making coffee in pots. And so I'm going to say every time you make a fresh pot of coffee, dump your grounds out onto one of these fruit roll up trays for my dehydrator, and I'm going to dry them out. I'm going to add that into it as well. Hi, Sam. How are you? Cindy Fournier, Annette Jones, Pat South. Wow, there's an Angel, Elizabeth Workman, Willow's Garden. Wow, there's a lot of people here. Yeah, I'm pretty stiff, but I dressed to go out today. Oh, look at what I bought. Okay, so now we're on the upswing of life. We got Howie another phone without it costing us any more than the SIM card, which was $20. Thank you, God. What do the coffee grounds do? They add nutrients. They're really, really rich in, I believe it's nitrogen. Correct me if I'm wrong, but do check it out. It works. Hi, Carrie McKenzie from Australia. Wow, it's like 7, 8 in the morning there on Sunday. Coffee grounds and Epsom salts make a great body scrub. Really? I'm going to plant for the first time this year. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, yes, nitrogen. Thank you, Candy. Thank you. So, when I went to the mall to buy the SIM card, I had to be the one going into the mall. I had to be the one doing it because all our cell phones and tablet and everything's in my name. Because I'm the one who has to talk to everybody. So if the account's in Howard's name, then they go, oh, I gotta have permission from your husband to talk to you. Right? So got up early with burning feet and lovely to get a notification you were live. Thank you, Carrie McKenzie. Thank you. So where was I? Oh, okay. So I had to go into the mall, right? In Ottawa. So I got dressed and we had to do some shopping anyway, because yesterday was Howie's final pay before the layoff. And when I walked into the mall, there's 2 security guards sitting there behind a plexiglass and there's hand sanitizer. And that's like, okay. I walked right up and said, I have an appointment at TELUS. And they said, okay. And I said, where is it? Because if you're going to sit there and make sure I sanitize my hands, you're going to at least earn some money. And he said, straight down there, turn right at the chocolatier, and it's all the way down. Yeah, and I said, thank you very much. So as I was going towards TELUS, I noticed Dollarama. The escalator was running. Now they have stairs going down and an escalator coming up. And I thought, I'll brave those stairs. Because I had said to Howard when I got out of the car, I have to go to the bathroom, and I'm pretty sure it's at the other end of the mall from the TELUS kiosk. So I may be a little bit, right? Compost is mostly coffee grounds. Oh, you're going to love it in your celery beds. Trust me. So anyway, okay, there's more good news. So anyway, as I was walking by, a lady was heading, and I said, hey, is the Dollarama open? And she said, yeah, it is. So I went, bonus, I'll do the stairs for that. Because I didn't get to do what I needed to do, and our dollar stores are closed that I'm aware of, right? Here in Quebec. So I went to the kiosk, or I went to the TELUS store. I got the new SIM card, said thank you very much. Asked if they had a better phone case for Howie because he's really hard on phones. And they said, no, it's an older model. Oh, sorry, excuse me, I have to itch. And as I was walking back, I'm going to Dollarama because I need to get some stuff for my home economics videos because I'm going to do freezer meals. And then I saw the elevator. Last time I went down by the steps. I didn't see the elevator, and it's at the back. So I went and got in the elevator, and I went down, and I went to Dollarama. You want to know what I got at Dollarama? Yes, stop now, please. I bought 3 of these. Now, these are Betty Crocker. And yes, everybody's nicknamed me Bevy Crockpot now. These are just Betty Crocker foil goodie trays. Do you have any idea what I'm going to use these for? You got it right. I am going to cover these with parchment. And then I'm going to make pizzas for the freezer. And then I will put them all in the freezer like this to freeze. And then I will cover them with tin foil. And Bob's your uncle. I'll have 3 really good Saturday night meals with those. Tony DeLuca! How's it going? Oh, but I mean, if I do this right, these, I'll just be able to slip the pizza right off of here onto my regular pizza pan and just reuse this. They won't even get cooked with. They'll just be for freezing. And I got 12 of these. These are the foil. Remember the last time I made freezer meals? The lasagna and stuff, they were too small. Howie complained they were too small. Well, these are bigger. They'll hold more, and there's 2 in a package. So I got 24 of these because I have there's some home economic videos coming. And what else? Ow, sorry. What else did I get? envelopes, burner, the foil things to keep my new burner plates clean, some new scrub brushes. Oh, Howie. Do you know what I bought at the dollar store? A roll of aluminum foil. He had to stop at Giant Tiger for coffee. And I got some envelopes. And I got another calendar because I don't want to write on the beautiful wolf one that Furby got me. So I got another calendar to hang, because I always have one that hangs in my cupboard. With like that, with my budget stuff on it. Excuse me. Hello. The accident was very upsetting. But more than anything, I was more concerned about Howard, because Howard's under a lot of stress. Okay, so the good news is on Christmas Eve, okay, if you remember back when the pandemic started, Howie hurt his rotator cuff. And he was off for a week. And on Christmas Eve, yeah, I'm medicated, guys. So on Christmas Eve, wow, there's 318 people here. I am doing Chevy Ford. I am. Hi, Kim Solomon. Tony DeLuca. How's it going? Yellow bird up high in banana tree. Pearly, Brooke, Kel. Oh, Paula and Kata. Okay. What was I saying? I just got like dazzled by the numbers of how many people were here. What was I saying? Hi, Jill from Kansas. How's it going? Vincent Pellegrino. Hi, darling. I think the title of your video got more people out to view today. Well, it's the day after the accident, right? I mean, people were asking for updates. So I'm giving you an update. You're getting popular. Worried about Howie. Thank you. So anyway, on Christmas Eve, Howie was putting the boss had left, and there was only Howie, his apprentice, and another apprentice for somebody else's apprentice. And so Howie was finishing the last job of before Christmas, and he was putting a door on, and he wrenched his rotator cuff again, and he was not happy because he really hurt it, and enough to make that big, strong, silent man yell. And his apprentice said, "What did you do?" And he said, "I blew my rotator cuff again." And he goes, he said, "I blew my rotator cuff putting the door on." And he goes, "Well, why the heck didn't you tell me to do it, you dumb old fart?" But Howie took the time off between Christmas and New Year's, hoping it would heal. It has not. So going back to work after the holidays, things are the second wave and lockdowns and all that stuff. It's kind of fortuitous that Howie's the one getting laid off, because he can go in and get physiotherapy and stuff now. Hope I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. I'm in pain, but it's manageable with herbal medication. Hey, Nicole H, how's it going? Hubs turns 40 today. Got him a Richard Simmons Chia Pet for present. We need laughter. Absolutely. So I mean, Howie's going to be off work anyway, so he might as well get his shoulder looked after. And his boss said, when did it happen? And he said on Christmas Eve, he said, "Does anybody else know?" And he said, "Yeah, Braden was right there when I did it." Right? So Braden and Emily were right there when I did it. So it's right. Okay. So it's kind of, things are looking up. Hopefully he'll be able to get workman's compensation while he's off. Right. Hey, Avon Leanne, we are entering a period of healing. Absolutely. Oh, Jeannie, you're not managing your pain very well today. Yes, it is a good time to heal. And yeah, I phoned Briar and he said, yeah, he said what little stiff neck I had, and it was going down like into his upper back a little bit. He said, I just took a couple of Robaxa set and played some video games. And when I woke up the next morning, or when I woke up this morning, it was okay. He said, but I'm just going to make sure, right? Because it was, a little stiff, but it wasn't worth him worrying about going to the hospital over. Thank you, Cindy Millard. Thank you. Or is it Mellard? I like Millard. Hi, Angie Mack. And Anthro Ariel. What a great name. Hey, Ribby, how's it going? Um, so, and another thing, Howie's making supper tonight. Guess what else? It's going to be a video. So hopefully you'll get a video tomorrow. Oh my God. Guys, I gotta go. I got a live reading to do. Ooh. So, let's do a quick prayer. And then I've got to go over to my reading channel and I've got to continue with Almanzo Wilder's story. Okay? I'm so sorry to cut you guys short. But I'm going to be okay. We are going to be okay. My home economics videos, you know what? It's almost faded that I'm going to be doing these freezer meals and canning up stuff that's in the freezer and stuff like that, okay? So for all those who care to, please help me close with a spiritual push out to our planet today and to all the people across the planet, those who need it and those who don't want it but are going to get it anyway, because every time we set out our spiritual light and we shine, we do push back at the darkness. All right, I think I've ticked it off. Anyway, all right, so let's take a nice deep cleansing breath. And please, folks, you address your higher spirit however you see fit. I address mine the way I do it. There's no competition. There's no right or wrong. Okay? There's only dark and light, and we're light warriors. So let's own that today. Okay? Let's take a nice deep breath. Oh, great spirit from which my spark came, original spirit. Thank you for safeguarding me and my son and the lady in the other car. Thank you for me having the foresight to keep my old phone. Thank you for Howie's damaged rotator cuff. It may be a blessing in disguise. And thank you, oh, great original spirit from whence we all come. Thank you for my internet family, because they lifted me up when I needed it the most. Sorry. So God, we're all just going to link hearts and link hands. And I know it sounds silly, but I love the Care Bear image of, ow, my back, pushing out the light. Please, oh great spirit, help us to be vessels of your peace. Help us to walk forward with patience and tolerance and love for our fellow man, especially the nasty ones because they need it the most. So, saying that, please, thank you for all you have done in protecting us and loving us, and please help us shine. Amen. Namaste. Shalom. Peace be with you. Merry meet. Blessed be. Whatever your salutation or greeting is to your higher power, if you stayed with us or you did it on your own, rest assured you were heard. All right? This is the Mrs. Volpe from our half acre homestead saying, let the home economics videos begin. Take care. God bless.